What if I told you the 7 seconds or less Phoenix Suns are playing in today's NBA? The '06 Suns team that Steve Nash wished shot more threes, doubled down on going small, and had a lead orchestrator that was more aggressive. Well, that team is the 2024 Indiana Pacers, a team that is taking the Eastern Conference by storm. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. Tyrese Haliburton is playing like the best guard in the Eastern Conference, and the team is playing an exciting brand of basketball that's generating the best offense in the entire league. In this video, we'll look into Indiana's amazing pace and overall offense, the outstanding play of Tyrese Haliburton, and how dangerous this team could be come playoff time. Before we begin, be sure to leave a like on the video, as each like makes a tremendous difference for the channel, and be sure to sub to the channel for even more content like this. Running at a faster pace isn't something new to Indiana this season. They had the 4th highest pace last season, scored the most points in transition at 27 a game, shot 54% in those situations, and were 4th in points per possession. Moreover, this season, the Pacers are running at a slightly faster pace with very similar results. One thing we need to keep in mind is that attacking the defense when they're not set and taking advantage of those breakdowns can generate points. But you need the right personnel to do so. You need break starters, connectors, and guys who can fill in lanes and either finish well or position themselves well behind the three-point line in transition. Well, the Pacers do have that, as they have one of the best playmakers in the league in Tyrese Haliburton, who sees the floor exceptionally well and can make every pass in the book. And they had the likes of Benedict Mathurin, Miles Turner, Buddy Hield, Obi Toppin, and the list goes on. It always feels like these core players are always in sync, and their abilities as three-point shooters also make their transition game more dangerous as well. What's also notable about this Pacers team is that while they are one of the best teams in transition, they're also an excellent team in the half court. As a pick and roll ball handler, Tyrese Haliburton is in the 97th percentile, scores the most points in the league at 11.2 a game, scores 1.33 points per possession, and shoots 58% in those situations. Fittingly enough, Miles Turner is in the 95th percentile as a roll man, scores the 3rd most points in the league as a roll man at 7 a game, shoots 66% in those situations, and generates a great 1.59 points per roll man possession. To put things into perspective for the Pacers' explosive offense overall, they've scored 120 or more points in 9 of their 11 games played. They've scored 130 points in 4 of those games, and their average offensive rating is 8.8 points clear of the league's average offensive rating, which is a feat that's happened only 3 other times in NBA history. That's completely insane, but what's just as impressive is the play of Tyrese Haliburton this season. With no exaggeration, Tyrese Haliburton might be the best guard in the Eastern Conference this season. Through points and assists, he's generating the most points per game in the league this season, and is averaging an unreal 25 points per game, 13 assists on 50, 40, 90 splits, and is only averaging 2 turnovers per game. Over his last 5 games, he's averaging 25 points per game, 13 assists, and a steal on 56, 48, 94 splits, and is only averaging 1 turnover per game in that stretch. Additionally, over his last 2 games, Tyrese had 32 assists to 0 turnovers, which broke Jason Williams' record for most assists without a turnover over a 2-game span. Many people felt that Tyrese was an overrated player and maintained this sentiment heading into this season, but what he's done thus far proves his value as a winning player. through 41 games last season. The Pacers were 23-18 when he was healthy, won 8 of their last 10 games up to that point, and were out of the play-in at 6th in the Eastern Conference. However, after Tyrese's injury against the Knicks, the team went 1-9 in a 10-game span, fell to the 9th in the conference, and couldn't regain form as he was shut down for the remaining 13 games of the regular season. But with him healthy this year, the Pacers are 5th in the Eastern Conference. He has an individual plus-minus of +81, and he's reminding everyone of how efficient he was last season when he was fully healthy. The Pacers have other standout performers on this team as well, and Miles Turner continues to be one of the better centers in the game of basketball. This season, he's averaging 18 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 1.7 blocks, and is shooting an impressive 40% from 3 on 5 attempts a game. Buddy Hield has been one of the better 3-point shooters over the past decade, and has shown to be a great volume shooter this season from 3 as well. Obi Toppin was one of the key acquisitions for the Pacers this offseason, and he's shown his value to start this season. While his 3-point percentage has gone down, he's taken advantage of playing in a much faster paced system where he's getting increased playing time. He's averaging career best 11 points per game, shooting 62% from the field, and is shooting a league best 76% from 2-point range. The other major acquisition for the Pacers this offseason was Bruce Brown from the Denver Nuggets, a player who played a key role in the Mile High's playoff success that led to a championship. He's averaging 11 points per game and a steal on the season, and is shooting 38% from 3 on 4 attempts a game. Additionally, guys like Aaron Nesmith, Jalen Smith, and Andrew Nembhard have been solid contributors as well. However, with all the good that we've seen for the Pacers, there are some negatives. For one, the Pacers struggle mightily on the defensive end of the floor, having the 27th worst defense in the entire association. Not only that, while being productive as a rookie and sophomore, Benedict Mathurin continues to struggle with his efficiency, shooting just 43% from the field, like he did last year, and just 33% from 3. It only has been 10 games through this season, and it is just his second season, but improved efficiency is the way that he and this Pacers team can take that next step. Additionally, another thing to point out is that Jarace Walker, their lottery pick from this season, has only managed to play 3 games this season and has only logged in 27 minutes. Prior to the season, Rick Carlisle has praised Walker for his immense talent, and now has stated that there's a distinct possibility that he could play for the team's G League affiliate to further his development. So I wouldn't freak out about his current playing situation just yet. Overall, the Indiana Pacers are a really fun team and one of the best stories of this young NBA season. Their offensive production is through the roof. They're led by one of the best guards in the association, who's on track to make an All-NBA team, and their aforementioned offense will keep them in any game against one of the best teams in the NBA. Their defense is a big concern and will be their Achilles heels throughout the season, but they're a no-brainer pick to make the NBA playoffs and could be competitive against whoever they face. With that being said, be sure to let me know your thoughts on the Indiana Pacers. What has impressed you or surprised you about their play this season? And what are your thoughts on Tyrese's impressive start? Additionally, what do you feel to be the ceiling for this team throughout the season? Let me know in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave a like on the video, as each like makes a tremendous difference for the channel, and be sure to sub to the channel for even more content like this. Hope to see you all in the next one, and stay tuned.